Hey everybody, Talls here, and this is an overdue guide, but I still need to make this, so here we are. Hopefully this will be a shorter video, but this is the red workout gears guide. So how do we break down red gears? Alright, so red gears are going to be the strongest gears that you have access to at the moment. They're going to be better than SSRs and SRs. I will be linking that original guide, as it is still relevant for free-to-play players. Most Giga Whales by now have already gotten 3 red gears for their specific training runs, so this guide is not really geared towards them. However, I think it's important as we are also starting to get banners where red gears are popping up outside of the initial 10K investment. You pretty much almost always now need one, and the main reason for that is that all of these gears have constant up stats, and constant up is the new meta. As I've said before, it's very important because it gives like the stat. It always elevates the specific stat that you want to elevate, and the gears all have 20 in their respective stat. Based on the tile that it's focusing on. So like the little blue lock, like basically if you look at the corner here and you see the stupid stat it needs, it's going to have 20%. And then they have all these little substats. The substats are kind of shit, if I'm being honest with you. There's only like 2 good ones that have decent substats. I think the cones have a decent substat with speed, and I think the mat has a good substat with tech. I accidentally flip-flopped one of the ones on the slide, I just noticed. But the bench press should be 20 in phys and 10 intelligence. I just forgot to edit that one. I think I just copy and pasted that one over and didn't edit that one. That's funny. And I think I did the same with this one. No, this one, they're just the same. Or not the same. Whatever, it doesn't matter. All the other ones are pretty like mediocre. I guess you can argue the shoot guy's a little bit better since intelligence can swing random things. But most of the time your kick units aren't really breaking through. And if they are, they're probably losing regardless outside of very fringe instances. But in that case, it would probably be the rebound board then would be better. The iPod is not good. In terms of speed, I guess the ankle weights are slightly better. But yeah, they kind of just have random substats. But the other main thing with all these gears is they all have 150 special training in their designated training tile. And that's really important because it frees up what your substats are going to be. And I'll talk about that in a second. But beforehand, I haven't used my free ticket on this account, so I will be doing that to demonstrate the reroll practices and stuff. So I'm buying the cone, and you'll find out later as to why I'm picking the cone. But moving on. So we're aiming for at least one stat. Our main target is lecture rate on any specific tile boost, right? So like the way you're looking at your gears now is if you have a couple SSR and SR ones with like high regular lecture rate in the tile you want to be training on, that's really good. Those are usable for us. If they have a lot of special training, they're gonna be okay, but there's so much special training on characters and on the gear, on the main red gear itself, that it doesn't really matter as much nowadays. But the big difference is you can get skills and like higher rates. You get higher like lecture rates and things like that on your gears now. I unfortunately, on like last video, I do not have those rates available. Like what the minimum and the maximum are. I could not find those on Game 8, and that's why this video took so long. Did I? Yeah, so going over here, let's see. The one nice thing about the Scout, though, is you do always get one red gear is always guaranteed. And then here are the list of the other abilities. So there's 2 exclusive abilities. There's Soccer, IQ, and Creativity. For what it's worth, these are the same skill. They just boost a different stat afterwards. But they boost pass success rate and interception rate. These are basically like what whales mainly want because these skills are just so strong. But any of these other skills are honestly pretty good on the gear, like if you get them. Like most of these are, like a lot of these are interception based or second ball based, like Guardian second ball based. That one's pretty good. You have the compatibility ones, which are okay. And then you have like some scoring ones like Narrow Focus, Infinite Possibilities, which is pretty flexible and good. But you can get all these in runs, but these ones are only in the red gear. And then the other new stuff are the training name, which is like the tile that you're training, the stat, and then boost up. So this just trains, like, for example, you can get this with like dribbling tile plus physical boost and then how much it boosts by. And then you realize that's really shit because I'm trying to train technical, not physical. So that's really bad. It's really frustrating with these ones on the rerolls. And then you can also get constant stat. And then I think these other ones were there before, but constant stat is the other one that you can get, which is really strong. I will say the one thing to note is that gears take a lot more tickets to roll on, and I'll kind of demonstrate that. Well, actually, it depends on how good this red gear is, but it's probably not going to be good. Yeah, it's not good at all. So now there's more stats in the pool that you have to fuck with. So how do we decide on our gears? I say you first always want to go for your breakthrough. If you can't win breakthroughs with the current AI on kickoffs, then you're just going to be behind. Because how the AI always works currently is kickoff, they get the ball, they do one matchup against the enemy opponent with the highest of their highest breakthrough stats. So if it's speed, technical, or physical, you match up against your opponents that has that. If you lose that, then they might steal the ball, or it goes to a second ball, and then the second ball is just fucking who fucking cares? That shit's all made up at this point. And then you could possibly just be losing the game based off of that. So I think the breakthrough stat is always going to be the most important. Then it'll be kick, and then it'll be like your second strongest breakthrough stat would be like your third type of gear. And intelligence is just a luxury. If you are a Giga Omega Whale, you can get intelligence ones. I do not recommend getting intelligence ones. I think you could argue getting the mat is okay if you're also training technical and you want to balance your account a bit more, but no. In my opinion, that's just, you're kind of fucking, ugh. So our main goals is obviously lecture rate. And then if we can get a skill from the gear, honestly, that changes everything. You can't really reroll all afterwards. And then you also want to get specific stat on like the tile that you want to train on, right? Or constant up. So redrawing, it always takes 5 of the regular gold tickets. And then it's still 1 for like the individual slot ones. I think it's 5 for the draw all, and then 1 for everything else. But it still eats a lot. So watch, we're going to do a couple of these before I kind of find one that's okay, but I might keep rolling afterwards. All right, see, so this is like really bad. Shuttle run physical boost. Fun fact, it doesn't boost physical at all unless you have a fixed bonus. See, this is the type of stuff you're going to be encountering with your red gear. And then yeah, let's do a couple more. just because I want to make sure this video hits a certain amount of time. And yeah, so this one has 3 lecture rates, not in the stat we want. So we go again. And a fixed bonus, which fixed bonus isn't that good. But you can see you're going to churn through your tickets. Okay. Honestly, this is pretty good. However, I would probably say I'd have to greed more. But I do have some of these slot ones saved up. So I will kind of use these first. Not bad, actually. I'm probably going to keep that because then I can use this in different run and speed runs as well for now. Yeah, it's special training. It's not really what we're looking for. Also, there's no D redraw ticket, so I'm kind of stuck with that. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of... Now, see, dribbling, training, kick power. I mean, that's like okay. I mean, you want it to be kick, though. So we'll go again. Or not kick, you want it to be tech. Nope, not practice match. Don't fuck with that at all. Okay, so this is pretty good, I think. The shuttle one is like all right, because in tech runs you sometimes hit it, and so it's kind of okay. And I can probably use this in speed runs for a bit on my account because I only have the one. The big thing is with the red gears and stuff is you do want like 1 in each stat if you can get that. So I will say those banners that give out them are good. Obviously, you can't pick which gear you're gonna end up getting, but you still kind of have to take it. So like this is the banner I'm mainly talking about, the first anniversary where you can get that. So if you can pull on this, there's only a couple days left, but this is not a bad banner if you are still holding on, because you can get the gears, and that will help quite a bit. They are random, so obviously you can't really follow which ones to decide on, but if you do manage to pull on here, you can obviously, pick the current ones. I recommend basically your main breakthrough stat, like I've said, kick and then fizz, and then because fizz should probably always be your third stat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.